A silence. We crave it. In a world drowning in noise, traffic, notifications, the endless hum of electricity, we think of silence as peace. We think of it as an escape. But we are wrong. True silence is not peaceful. It is violent. It is heavy. And contrary to what you might believe, it does not exist in nature. Even in the deepest caves, there is the sound of air moving, of water dripping, of the earth settling. But what happens when we create perfect silence artificially? What happens when we strip away every single decibel of sound from your environment? Welcome to the Anechoic Chamber, a place designed to be so quiet that it breaks the fundamental laws of how your brain perceives reality. A place where the background noise is measured in negative decibels. Legend says no human can withstand it for more than 45 minutes without losing their sanity. Today, we are going to find out why. We are going to step inside the quietest place on earth. And you will realize the monster isn't the silence. The monster is you. To understand the torture, we must first understand the prison. Places like Orfield Laboratories in Minnesota or Microsoft's Building 87 didn't just happen. They are engineering marvels, built to kill sound. Imagine a room within a room, within a room. Layers of steel and concrete, isolated from the building's foundation by massive vibration-dampening springs. This disconnects the space from the outside world completely. If a truck crashes into the building outside, inside, you wouldn't hear a whisper. But isolation is the easy part. The real enemy is reflection. In a normal room, when you speak, sound waves bounce off walls, giving you a sense of space. Here, the walls are lined with meter-long fiberglass wedges, arranged in opposing directions. These wedges don't bounce sound back. They swallow it. They trap the waves until they die. The floor you walk on is a suspended steel mesh netting. Because even a solid floor would reflect sound, you are floating in a void of fiberglass. The result is a sound level of negative 20.35 decibels. To put that in perspective, a calm breathing sound is plus 10 decibels. 0 decibels is the threshold of human hearing. This room is below the threshold of hearing. It is quieter than empty space. This is where the horror begins. Once the heavy double doors actuate and seal you in, the lights are often dimmed. You stand on the mesh floor. You wait for peace. But silence never comes. The human ear is an evolutionary masterpiece designed to detect predators. When the environment gets louder, your ears protect themselves by reducing sensitivity. But when it gets quieter, they do the opposite. They amplify. They hunt for a signal. They strain into the darkness, turning up the gain volume of your nervous system to the maximum level. Since there is no sound outside, your ears turn inward. You become the sound. First, you hear rhythmic thumping, a dull, wet drum beat. That is your own heart. It sounds loud, almost aggressive. Then, a wheezing, rushing wind. That is your lungs filling with air. You can hear the alveoli crackling open like dry paper. Your stomach gurgles like a churning machine. But then comes the most terrifying sound of all, a high-pitched hiss, followed by a rushing liquid noise behind your ears. You are hearing the blood flowing through your jugular veins. You are hearing the mechanics of your own existence. In the Anechoic Chamber, you cannot escape your biology. You are trapped in a cage with your own mortality. The silence forces you to listen to the machinery that keeps you alive and reminds you how fragile it is. The physical discomfort is manageable. The psychological collapse is not. In a normal environment, sound helps us orient ourselves. Echoes tell us where the walls are, how large the room is. Without reflection, your brain loses its spatial awareness. People who try to stand in the chamber often lose their balance and fall. You feel like the darkness is crushing you, yet pulling you apart at the same time. You have to sit down, and then the hallucinations start. The brain hates a vacuum. It hates the absence of data. So, when it receives zero input from the ears, it starts to create its own. This is known as the Ganzfeld Effect, tailored to audio. Visitors report hearing music that isn't there, distant choirs, voices calling their names, a swarm of bees buzzing in the corner. Your brain is frantically trying to fill the void, pulling memories and random neural firings to construct a reality that makes sense. You stop trusting your senses. Are you hearing your blood? Or is it a hallucination? Is the room getting smaller? The legend of 45 minutes might be an exaggeration for trained professionals, but for an average person, the sensory deprivation triggers deep, primal panic. It's not boredom, it's the terror of losing yourself. These rooms to test loudspeakers, to refine sensitive microphones, and to train astronauts for the absolute silence of deep space. Because out there, beyond our atmosphere, the silence is infinite. But down here, on Earth, silence is not our friend. We are creatures of rhythm, of vibration, of noise. We need the feedback of the world to know we exist. When you strip away the world, you are left with nothing but the raw, loud, terrifying reality of being a biological machine. Perhaps that is why we fear silence. Not because it is empty, but because it is too full of ourselves. How long do you think you could last in a room where the only thing you can hear is the sound of your own life ticking away? Tell us in the comments below. Could you handle the blood flowing in your veins? Or would you scream just to hear something real? If you want to join us as we dive deeper into the mysteries of our universe and our minds, subscribe to Deep Archive. Until next time, keep listening.